Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Nova Project. I'm your host, as ever, Purple8, joined once more by the Obsidian Nook slash Petal ASMR, that's the one. Yeah.
I'm no longer a guest at this point.
You hear more than Morgan, who's infrequent, I guess we could say now, because he said he's down to do some. But, anyway, yeah, she's back again. Suitably doing this with my wife, and more suitably, nothing says Valentine's more than a late gift like today, where we're bringing you a Valentine's themed horror movie several days after Valentine's Day, probably the day after we record. Ish.
Yeah. We had to watch the film, and by that time we had to go to bed.
Yes. And then I've just been like having a lot of pain and shit, so we just sort of thought, fuck it, we'll give it until we have some time.
It's for Christmas.
Yeah. But anyway, like I say, it's suitable that we're giving it long enough that Valentine's is long over. It seems like we've forgotten. The wife is angry that we haven't got her any flowers. That's what it is. So our flowers is our review of My Bloody Valentine, the 3D remake. Because it's the 2000s when this...
The time when 3D was everywhere and you could go to the cinema and they'd be like these shitty little...
plastic glasses.
Yeah, and then when you bought DVDs you'd have the cardboard ones.
And then they made you start giving them back.
Those were the
days. The days where, like, 3D technology was a thing. Which, ironically, we had just covered Final Destination, and that has a sequel that was filmed in 3D. And, as a segue, someone from Final Destination is in this film.
And also we have one from six. So I've never watched Supernatural. I only watched like the first two episodes.
I've seen The Boys, which is also on Prime, along with this film.
And then I was literally too scared after the second episode, so I stopped watching it. But if you know Supernatural, and then if you know of White Chicks, there's someone from that, and then also Final Destination. Anywhere else?
Well, the guy from Supernatural is Jensen Ackles, whatever his name is.
She's the one who played one of the like horrible sisters, weren't she?
Yes, possibly, I think so. But yeah, Jensen Ackles, whatever. He's Soldier Boy in The Boys. That's probably the current relevant thing to say that he's in. But Supernatural is what everyone knows him from. And this was, I googled it, about season 2 of Supernatural. So, still fairly early on in the series. I've never seen a single episode, I don't think. But anyway, yeah, if you're not familiar, it's the film where a miner goes around cutting people's hearts out on Valentine's Day. Why Valentine's Day? Who knows? It honestly didn't need the Valentine subplot, to be honest. It just has romance, a love triangle. I want to say, like, is it BPD? Whatever, the multiple personality disorder. Spoilers. Which was very silly and unbelievable. But anyway. So yeah, it's a film where a miner, as in the guy with a pickaxe, not a miner as in someone under 18 or whatever.
Keep saying minor 49. That's all Ron ever said. Like, Smith and minor 49er.
I don't even know why. That was Stasy's come in to beg for treats. Minor 49er is a Scooby-Doo, isn't it?
Fat black cat who's not morbidly obese, he's just very chunky. He had all his calcium as a baby.
He's definitely an old common.
This thing where he letterbox. He done anything.
Oh, that makes sense.
So because this person kept wearing miner's gear, I was just like, 49er.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. But yeah, he's a miner. both the original killer and the not copycat killer because of. I did.
Wait a minute, he's the one who's doing it, isn't he?
Yeah, but technically he didn't. Technically he didn't. Technically he didn't because it was actually the original killer inside the other guy's head. Oh man, how cringe is that?
Yeah, but how?
I don't know. It's a film. Don't ask me. Again, as we mentioned, it's set on Valentine's Day, so I don't know. I genuinely don't know why, but hey, it makes it a seasonal horror movie that isn't Christmas. I don't think we've covered any seasonal horror films that aren't Christmas, or Halloween, I should say. But yeah. So unfortunately, yeah. This is the remake, by the way. We weren't able to get a hold of any, well, the original, I should just say, any copies of the original. So we just, well, thankfully we had like a free trial of Shudder for about 5 minutes. So we just thought, let's do this. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. So the film is pretty much a nothing burger. Like plot-wise, it's just, you know, oh, someone's doing the killing. We better find out who it is. Oh no, there's 2 people it could be, and now our main character doesn't know who to trust. It's nothing you haven't seen before, to say the least. It's a typical slasher with a Valentine's theme that even then, like I say, isn't needed. But yeah, it's your typical murder. Oh no, who is it? Oh, it's that guy. We need to kill him. And then it's like, oh no.
Well, there's the fact that I was gonna say Megan, but Megan was the one who was having an affair with Sarah's.
Megan made me out to be
not
the robot that came out last year. Megan's a random character.
Sarah.
Yes.
And then she met his face. I can't remember.
Carter from Final Destination. He was there. He had a beanie on in the flashback because that makes people younger. Yep.
But like Carter and
his name isn't Carter. His name is Axel, but we'll call him Carter for the sake of we've just watched fucking Final Destination.
Who was the killer?
I can't remember his fucking name now. Tom, Minor 49er, aka Soldier Boy from The Boys.
No, and Carter are like trying to convince Sarah that one of the like
the other one is the killer.
Obviously, thought they were SAMHSA killer at one point because it sounded like really convincing, but then it turns out no, it's Minor 49er all along because he's got some.
He's got split personality disorder.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to anyone watching this who has a split personality disorder, but I generally don't understand how a person you have never met, who died a long time ago, how you can.
I think he did meet him. I think he was responsible for the original cave-in.
Have that.
I've heard of split personality disorder. I've never heard of it literally becoming like a shared mind. Usually it's a made-up. Like, there's the film, ironically called Split, I believe, with James McAvoy. Does a better job of split personalities.
Split personality disorder itself.
Whichever review you're watching.
That was when they have like, personalities that they've made up.
It usually is. They don't literally become another real person.
That's what I mean.
It's not like, say, if you died, I would have you inside my head at the same time. Well, I've never seen anyone who actually has it. I've just seen, obviously, dramatisation or whatever of it.
I mean, for the film, I kind of didn't like it when he put the spade in between her face and cut half of her.
That's a good kill. That's what makes sense.
Because then the killer kept like taking like people's hearts out of them and putting them in boxes.
And that sometimes wasn't as well. It's like they wanted to make it Valentine's themed, but then would forget that it's going to be a Valentine's
But the bloody gore bit, because even I kept sitting there and I was like, oh my god.
I mean, it's 2000 CGI a lot of the time, and because it's 3D, so much of it is just. There's so many shots where I'm going, well, that's clearly for 3D. Like, stuff flies at the camera, or they literally, like, poke stuff right there.
I have a new fear. Ever with my phone.
Why would you want to go? I mean, we did the descent, surely that should be enough to want. Still, yeah. Yeah, it didn't need the Valentine subplot. It could have been a fine. It probably could have been better if it wasn't.
Oh, we have to talk about the error they when Ian and Sarah in the supermarket.
Oh yeah.
You have to rewind for me because I was like, "What guy?"
Yeah.
Like,
They heard a noise and there's clearly a guy in the store, clearly a member of the crew or whatever, quite visible. But it clearly isn't the killer because he's not. They would have made an effort, and he was still in his mining get-up. So it was just like another employee that was just left behind.
We think that's an
It probably is.
frame, but
Even though he's in a well-lit segment, it could have been the killer because the killer was elsewhere in the store. It just.
So the other thing we made a point of was how the killer was really fast because it was like 1 second he was there, he was like taking someone and then killing them, and then he'd disappear, and then he'd be back again, and then he'd disappear, and then he would go.
He would basically just teleport.
The fuck.
It did not make any sense. It's the stereotype of, oh, he's coming in, he's gone, where'd he go, where is he now, he's killing someone, okay. And then he vanishes, he's not even a supernatural, I mean, technically he is supernatural if you wish. Aha! Supernatural! Sorry. I didn't even realise until just then, that took a minute for it to clock in.
Yeah, I don't like
It was a good laugh, it was campy.
when you have people
We say this in every film where we're like, we know these people, it makes it a lot better.
if we're watching a film that you find and there's no one in it we recognise, I'm not as interested. But because there's actors in here, well, not me personally, but that we recognise from other films and works, it was a more interesting to watch, and I was kind of a bit more engrossed.
It's better seeing returning actors you've seen before, where they've come from.
Yeah,
I mean, Final Destination was, I want to say, like 9 years before.
I was on turn it off.
It was very bad. It was, other than the kills and the very blatant, like, well, just other than the kills and some of the performances which were okay, it was pretty bad. Let's be real. Like, there's the obvious CGI, the plot that wasn't really like necessary.
I have noticed that with the 2000 film, we had the blonde girl again. He was.
There's a
naked.
lot. Oh, by the way, you know the bald guy she was fucking?
Yeah.
That was the writer of the film. That guy wrote himself into a scene where he was having sex with a blonde woman. Who was like, I want to say a prostitute, but not.
Mm.
I mean, he does get a pickaxe through the fucking skull, so at least there's that. And a pretty good kill as well. And then obviously, he pulls it back out and the CGI blood splatter at the camera for 3D. 2009 was the era of tits and 3D. And horror remakes, because we've got both of the Halloweens, which we've covered, the Halloween remakes.
That's doing the whole one woman naked all the time in the film.
Films aren't as booby anymore, unless like it's needed. No, they didn't need to anyway. They just want green for the sake of it.
I mean, I'll give it to her. She had her
I mean, I'm happy to have nudity in films if it served a, like relevance. And may I just say, there was full nudity, including the writer had his full arse out, which wasn't pleasant. But like, this was full nudity running around outside in the dark. Like, she went for it. Give her that.
I'm just kind of like, so sorry, away from it. Does that happen?
Halloween, we had a lot of tits.
just feel that people shouldn't stake their time for anything.
No. If it serves any sort of reason to the plot, which usually it isn't, sure, go for it, do whatever. But it's just, we don't need egregious fucking... But yeah, other than that, all we can say is our best and worst kills. Best, there are plenty of options, because thanks to 3D CGI, they loved to have their body parts flung at the camera, like the old sheriff having his jaw torn off by a pickaxe. Flung at the camera. That poor little dwarf woman getting impaled into the ceiling through the head. Like, and he just leaves her hanging up there while he's like fucking sorry, that's a bad choice of words. Fucking around with the naked blonde lady. I was like, did he just leave her hanging up there and he just yoinks it back out? Oh, there's some good kills, but who could we really give the best to? I mean, the shovel through the head is a good one. I mean, it's CGI as hell, but who doesn't love a good half decap? That was icky.
The worst part was we
were just having our pizza or whatever, yeah.
Because I'm such a pussy when it comes.
Yeah, you suck. Yeah, we've done some pretty egregious shit. Like we've done zombie films and that, but you may get Saw and Hostel, but it won't be with her, I tell you. But yeah, best skill, there's plenty of options. You got the half decap, you got the pickaxe through the eye near the start of the film, even if that's again 3D. They were creative with their kills, to say the least. The jaw being flung off, the woman in the being getting cooked. There's plenty. I mean, the dog did survive. Yeah.
Just left that as a.
Please stop killing animals in movies. Sad. Minor 49er. Yeah, just killing animals in films. But the worst kill, I think, realistically, can just go to all of the bodies that are sort of seen when original Harry Warden wakes up in the hospital and kills people. Even the one where he sat on the bed and there was that one behind him that you could barely see. But yeah, that's about it. And do you think anything different? Do you think that'll do? Or do you think you agree, I should say?
No, I think I agree. I did like it.
It was good. It was enjoyable for the kills and the campiness. Yeah.
As he came out of mine, the rest pursues.
There's a sequel that's never happening because they said that it's not happening.
Kind of shaped back and did a different ending.
Yeah, it's sequel bait that unfortunately we'll never see a sequel to unless for some reason it gets picked up. Which I doubt, realistically. I don't even think the original got a sequel. But yeah, other than that, that is about it. There's nothing else we can really add. Again, it's mindless horror where people die. And it's seasonal, which is always enjoyable, even if we are like 3 days late. Thanks for just sitting on me, appreciate that, love. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. I've been your host, as ever, Pupman8, joined once again by...
Okay.
Do we want to count that as my go if it was seasonal? We'll see. Yeah, but that's because it was Valentine's Day and we were like, let's watch a film. And that was suitable. We'll decide. It's someone's go next time. But anyway, I'm your host, as ever, Pupman8. Thank you ever so much for listening. Joined by the Obsidian Nook / Battle ASMR. These links you can find in the description alongside all of mine. All of mine, yeah, pretty much, because someone else isn't here. But yeah, we will see you next time.